Hi guys, and welcome back. In this video, we're going to be making a squad of Marines that follows you throughout the level and fights with you. Before I begin, I just want to give a huge shout out to all my Patreons for supporting me, and to Weaver900 for helping me figure this out. Now, on with the video. So to start things off, let's go to our scenario, AI, and let's create a new squad. So let's click on Squads, go New Instance, and let's name this squad Squads_Marines. And within that squad, let's create a fire team. So click on Fire Teams, New Instance, and now let's go Edit Types and change the object class from Scenery to Character. Now click Add and go to your Objects, Characters, Marine, AI, and we're going to be adding a marine_odst.character. So just double click that and click Done. And now let's click OK. Now let's set the character type to Marine ODST and the initial weapon to a battle rifle. And I'm just going to click on starting points, and I'm just going to place 4 points, just like that. Now, a few other things to note is, remember, you want to click on your firing team, and you want to also set the normal difficulty count to the number of Marines you want to spawn, so 4. And let's also click on the squad itself and set initially placed to on. Now let's just do a map reset, and here we have our squad. Cool. So the next thing we want to do is go to Zones, and let's create a new zone by clicking New Instance. And instead of calling this Zones_2, let's call this Zones_follow. Now we want to open up this zone and click Firing Positions. So now that we have firing positions selected, we want to make clusters of firing positions, and we're going to separate those out into areas. So for example, I'm going to make a area this kind of beach. So by having firing position selected, I'm just going to right click just like this and kind of make just like a line that leads up to here, just like that. And now I'm going to select all of these and hold Control and click N. Now that will be our area 0. Now over here, I'm going to again right click and create some positions here, just like that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these points and hit Control N. So now you'll see that we have area 0 in the front here, and you can see it's pink, and we have areas 1 that's blue. Now let's go over here and do that one more time. So let's just right click and create kind of like just a cluster of points here. It doesn't necessarily need to be exactly in this kind of type of order. And now let's select these points and also change them to a new area. Now, if you just click a point here, it'll highlight it. So I know this was the first point I placed in this kind of new area that I wanted. So I can click there, hold Shift, select the last point, then hold Control and click N. So now you should have 3 areas, this orange one, this blue one, and this pink one. Next thing we want to do is go to Objectives and click New Instance. Now let's click that objective we just created and click Add. This will add in a new task. You can select that task, and then here in the Properties palette, we can scroll all the way down until you see Areas. Now here, you want to click Add, and it'll say Invalid Zone. That's fine. You wanted to select the zone here and change to Zones Follow, and that's that zone that we created earlier. And now for area, we're going to select the areas_0. So that's the area within that zone we created. And you want to do this for every area that you created. So let's click Add again and change the zone to zones follow and the area to areas _1. And let's click Add one more time and change this to zones follow and the area to areas _2. Now let's scroll up a bit in this task in the properties palette and let's change the follow squad to squad marines and change the follow from none to player. And let's also set a follow radius of 3. So essentially what we're doing is we're creating an objective with a task, and that task is going to be carried out in the following areas that we added, and we've set that task to run over the squad marines and for those squad marines to follow the player. So now that we have that set, let's go back into our squad marines and let's set the team to player, and let's set the initial objective to that objective that we just created. And let's select the initial task to that task that we just created. Now let's do a map reset. So here we are. I've just highlighted the zones to illustrate easier to understand where the squads are going and how they're behaving. So I'm just going to walk through the map here and see if they follow me. This is where the first area ends and the second one begins. Cool, so that's how you create squads that follow you. Lastly, make sure when you build this map that you play as blue team, otherwise the Marines will kill you. I want to give a shout out to all my Patreons for supporting me, and to my legendary supporters SGT Texas Ranger, and to my gold supporters Leroy. Without any of my Patreons, these videos would not be possible. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.